생사를 오간 경험이 죽음 이후에 대해 믿을 만한 경험이 될 수 있을까요? 10년 전 작가 리스트로벨 씨는 천국에 대한 과학적인 증거가 있는가란 질문에 대한 답을 직접 찾아 나섰습니다. 그리고 그 이야기가 다큐멘터리로 제작됐습니다. 10년 전 베스트셀러 작가 리스트로벨 씨는 죽음의 위기를 경험했습니다. 그리고 그 경험은 그가 죽음 이후의 삶을 증명하는 길에 들어서게 했습니다. 스트로벨 씨는 수십 년 전 기독교를 반증하고자 하는 무신론자 기자로 처음 이름을 알렸습니다. 그러나 그는 예수님을 찾았습니다. 그 여정과 발견을 책으로 낸 예수 사건은 그해의 베스트셀러가 됐습니다. 또한 새로운 다큐멘터리 천국 사건을 통해선 죽음에 관한 개인적인 경험과 죽음 이후의 삶에 대한 증거를 탐구했습니다.
Well, I almost died 10 years ago. My wife found me unconscious. She called an ambulance. I remember waking up in the emergency room and looking up at the physician. He looked down at me and he said, "You're one step away from a coma, 2 steps away from dying." So I lingered between life and death there for quite a while. I had a rare condition called hyponatremia, which is a severe drop in my blood sodium level. And so when you're in that position, it's a very clarifying situation to be on the edge of, you don't know if you're going to live, if you're going to die. Background's in journalism and law, so I tend to question things. And so after I recovered from that, thank God, I thought, I should really look at what the evidence is that supports the idea that there is an afterlife, that we do indeed live on. Because at a moment like that, nothing is more important than what happens after I close my eyes for the last time in this world.
탐구를 시작한 스트로벨 씨는 여러 사례를 발견하게 됐다고 말했습니다.
I tell you, I was completely surprised by the evidence for near-death experiences. I was a skeptic about it. I thought maybe it was just a lack of oxygen to the brain that caused hallucinations or something like that. And what I discovered is that there have been more than 900 scholarly studies of near-death experiences published in scientific and medical journals over the last 50 years. It's a very well-studied phenomenon. And The Lancet, which is the famous medical journal in England, carried an article that analyzed near-death experiences, said that no alternative explanation can account for this phenomenon. So I only looked at cases where we had corroboration. I kind of, from my legal background, I wanted cases where people saw things or heard things that they could not have seen or heard had they not had an authentic out-of-body experience. I'll give you one quick example. My favorite one is a woman named Maria who died in a hospital. And she described later, said, I was conscious the whole time. I was watching the resuscitation efforts that they were doing on my body. My spirit was kind of floating there in the hospital room. And then my spirit floated out of the hospital. And when she was revived and her spirit returned to her body, she said, oh, by the way, there's a man's tennis shoe on the roof of the hospital. And it's dark blue, it's left-footed, there's some wear over the little toe, and the shoelace is tucked under the heel. So they go up, they look, and sure enough, they found it exactly as she said. So that's the kind of corroboration I'm looking for. And in my book and in the film, we document these cases. I think it's extraordinary.
스트로벨 씨는 혼란스러운 사회 속에서 죽음을 직면하고 천국, 지옥, 구원에 관한 답을 절실히 찾는 사람들이 있다고 말했습니다. 그는 다큐멘터리 천국 사건이 그들에게 필요한 성경적 진리를 받아들이는 데 필요한 증거를 제시할 것이라고 말했습니다.